crazy. I mean, truth be told, I came on the second season as a guest shark. We're going into our 5th season. And if you were to ask me, is this show going to last beyond year 2? I'm like, hell no, right? But I'm gonna get my 3 episodes in and I'm gonna have fun with it. And you know, it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I went from talking about basketball to everybody who ever walked up to me to now I'm dying to talk about basketball with anybody because everybody wants to talk Shark Tank. I meet Oprah, Shark Tank. You know, I meet, you name, you know, the Jonas Bros come up to me, Shark Tank, right? You know, Ellen DeGeneres, Shark Tank walks up to me. It's crazy. People that I don't know that are coming up to me, oh, I love the show, you know, trying to pitch me ideas. So I think people look at the show and say, oh my goodness, if that person can do it, I definitely can do it. And I think it just gives everybody confidence that there is no one model. These weren't the richest people, not with the best connections, not necessarily even the smartest people, but there were people who, you know, put their heart and soul and all their effort into these businesses. And I think people recognize that of all the things that can happen to you as an entrepreneur, the one thing you can control is effort. And they see the effort, they see the connection, they see the determination from the entrepreneurs that come on the show, and they relate to that. There's no one set of traits that makes a great entrepreneur, because I think everybody has it in them to be great at something. You know, a lot of people talk about passion and determination, when to me, it's more about effort. You know, what are you good at, what are you not good at, and then putting in the effort to figure out how to make it all work together to create a company. And so once you have that figured out, then you just have to go for it. And if you're willing to put in the time, you know, you can make it work. And I say this all the time, it doesn't matter how many times you fail, you only have to be right one time. Then everybody can call you an overnight success and tell you how lucky you are, and you can win the Shopify contest. You know, personally, I think every time is a perfect time to start a business. There's no bad times. If you do the work, if you do the preparation, you'll know when it's time. And it doesn't mean that it won't be a little bit scary, but you know, you'll know. And you don't have to quit the daytime job if you don't feel all that comfortable, and you can give it a run at night. But whatever works for you now with the internet, you've got all the choices in the world, and you can just go out there and do your own thing and you know, set up a business part-time. One of the things that companies do or startups do, they come up with an idea, they'll Google it, and if they don't see it in the first 2 pages, they think it's original. You got to go back, right? Because over the past 15 years, there's so many different businesses that have tried and failed. You have to go back and find those and learn from those. So you've got to understand all the implications, and you have to learn from history. And so the best advice I can give you on a video before talking to you or emailing with you is that you've got to find out the history of people who have tried your idea, because there's a 99.99999% chance that your idea has been tried before. That's not a good reason not to start it, because you might be able to outperform them, but you better learn from the history of your idea, because you know what they say about people who don't learn from history. But one of the big things that all startups do is they lie to themselves over and over and over. Mine's faster, mine's cheaper, mine's better, mine's this, mine's that. No, it's not. And the reason it's not is because whoever it is you're competing with, it's not like they're ignoring you. It's not like, oh my goodness, this guy just started on Shopify in the startup competition. He's doing $1 million this year. Woe is me, I might as well close up the doors. What are they doing? I'm gonna copy what they're doing. And now you've got to stay ahead. And so, you know, you've got to be very careful as an entrepreneur to be brutally honest with yourself. And those are some of the things that you'll hear from me as a mentor, that, you know what you know what you don't know, but you've got to know your business better than anybody. One of the things I always tell people to do is, you know, how would you kick your own ass? You know, if you all of a sudden left your company and went to work for a competitor, what would you do? What are the frailties of your business that you would take advantage of? Because every company has them. You know, what are the things that keep you up at night worrying that if people realize this, you know, they might realize this part of my business has no clothes. You know, so you've got to always ask yourself, how would I kick my own ass? Because then you know that that's something that's on the immediate list, things that have to be fixed immediately to keep pushing you forward. Hi, I'm Mark Cuban, and if you're an entrepreneur, then I suggest that you enter the Shopify Build a Business competition. You might just win $50,000, me as your mentor, in a sit down where we change the world. Wow.